Okay, so it's been 5 days since my last video, and things got kind of crazy, but I'm making a new one now. So I started off last time by showing you a picture of me. So this picture was a more recent picture of me. This picture was taken in February of this year, so 2016. I just want you to look. Look at my face. Yeah, chubby cheeks. Look at that. And yeah, I'm smiling. I'm doing what a lot of women do. We smile to hide our pain. We smile to hide our misery. We smile because it's what we know how to do. We smile. I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with how I looked. I wasn't happy with how I felt. I wasn't happy with being unhealthy. I knew I had to change things. And that was the beginning. That was the beginning of the change. I had started exercising a little harder in December. Getting up and instead of just kind of slowly walking on the treadmill, I actually was jogging on the treadmill in December. And around that time is when I started making diet changes. I didn't want to make diet changes. I had kind of hoped that exercising would be enough. But I was a binge eater. I was a compulsive eater, I guess. While I might skip breakfast, I would get up and at lunchtime and I would go in and I'd get some homemade deep fried chicken nuggets and I'd load a plate full of them. And while they were heating up, I'd probably eat 2 or 3 more while standing there waiting for them to heat up. And I'd throw some chips on there and maybe snack on some cookies and, munch on this and snack on that and grab this. And I'm still a snacker, but now it's grapes and strawberries and tomatoes. So it's a little bit healthier, but I still do it, I think, entirely too much. And that's something that I'm still dealing with, but I still have cravings for real, chicken strips. And I'll have them, but it's just 1 or 2. I don't sit there and eat 15. But I would go and I would get a full-size dinner plate of food at lunchtime. And I'd go out to the living room and I'd sit down and turn on TV. And I'd sit down and watch TV while shoving this in my face. And I would do the same thing at dinner, except for I'd sit at the table and I'd still have a full plate of food and then another full plate of food. Because I like food and food tastes good. And yummy food made me feel good. Made me feel better. And I like to cook, so I cooked all the time. And I always cooked yummy food. And if I wasn't cooking, then I was baking. And I was baking yummy desserts. And I still cook. I just don't necessarily eat those foods that I cook. I still cook for my kids and for my husband. And I still bake. And I just don't eat those foods. And it's really hard because I would like my family to eat healthier. And I have worked in more fruits and vegetables to their diet. And I've worked out a lot of red meat. But they are young, and telling them that they're going to eat a mushroom in place of a hamburger or a black bean burger patty in place of a hamburger doesn't necessarily work so well. So I make it for myself, and I enjoy it. And I never would have thought that I would enjoy it. Before I started all this, I didn't think that I would like to eat a portobello mushroom in place of a hamburger patty. But I actually like it more. I didn't care much for the hamburger patties. I ate it because it tastes good. But so does a mushroom burger. But I would eat and eat. And I'd probably eat, over 3,000, maybe 4,000 calories a day. And when your exercise consists of walking down the hall to the bathroom and walking out to do laundry and walking here and walking there, you're only burning, your body's going to burn so much just to do daily functions. And depending on your weight is how much your body's going to naturally burn. And I think mine was burning 1,700. And so I was burning maybe 2,300 a day. But I was eating 3,000 to 4,000 a day, at least. So I started changing my diet. Eating less and eating better. And that has helped me immensely. I am healthier, a lot healthier. I can do a lot of things. And like I said before, it wasn't about getting thin. It was about getting healthy. I didn't want to be diabetic. I didn't want to end up with medical issues. I already had plantar fasciitis. My asthma was acting up. I had sleep apnea. I didn't want my weight to continue to affect my health. I wanted to be able to walk into my children's graduation and to walk into my children's wedding, not be wheeled in a wheelchair because my health was so bad. So I had to do something. And I've made changes. And I'm not always happy about making these changes, but I see my body change. And that makes it easier because I'm accomplishing what I wanted to accomplish. So knowing that I don't do deep fried mozzarella sticks, but I'm healthier, I can see the change, I guess it makes for a fair trade-off. Although, sometimes I still want these things. The cravings just don't go away. The cravings will be there, and you have to fight them. And like when I'm craving pizza, I make myself a portobello mushroom pizza. And while it's not as good as a pizza, it takes care of the cravings. And maybe some of you out there might think, oh, well, she's lost like half of her weight. She's got to love how she looks. I love how I feel. My body's more flexible. My body's healthier. I can do things that I struggled to do before. I can do things that I couldn't do before. My body can move better. It doesn't hurt so much when I move. I don't have plantar fasciitis anymore. My sleep apnea, because it was the complex, I still have it because I had where being overweight caused my airway to collapse and I'd stop breathing. I had that type, but I also had the type where my brain didn't send signals for me to breathe. So my brain still doesn't always send the signals for me to breathe. So I still have sleep apnea. It's just nowhere near severe. But my body moves better. I feel healthier. I'm not struggling to breathe. One flight of stairs doesn't wear me out. I like how I look in my wrapping paper. Put it that way. In my wrapping paper, I like how I look. Most of the time. I looked better. I can see bones, like my collarbone, that I haven't seen in years, I can feel muscles that I never had before because I go to the gym and work out. But when I am unwrapped, when I'm not in my wrapping paper, my clothes, my wrapping paper, I don't like how I look. Because now instead of fat, and I still do have my trouble areas. Instead of fat though, I have loose skin. See, you can see me flex my muscle, but you can also see but I have, good muscle tone. Look at that. But we're all going to have parts of our bodies that we hate. And we're going to look in the mirror and we're going to hate that part of our body. And how we feel about that part of our body is going to affect us immensely. Some people can afford plastic surgery. I cannot. I would love to have skin removal surgery and feel better about myself and have more confidence in my abilities and really be able to see all of this hard work. Right now, a lot of the hard work that I have put in is partly obscured by my skin. I have it on my stomach, on my inner thighs, and my arms, so I can't see all the progress I've made because of all the loose skin. And it's hard. And I know everyone battles their own battles. Everyone looks in the mirror. The thinnest women, the bigger women, the tall women, the short women. All of us, even some men, I feel, I don't know, I've never been a man, but we look in the mirror and we find that one thing that we absolutely hate. And I think we all need to stop focusing on it because we are our own worst critics. Stop focusing on the thing that we hate about ourselves and focus on something we love about ourselves. Like, yes, I have huge thighs. Say it out loud. Get it out. I have huge thighs. But you know what? I have a great ass. Focus on that this week. Until next time.
Ow, I caught my